Ainsworth draws the teammate. McGee. His pass sets a task for Brayshaw. Good defensive work from Howard. Out on the full, so it's come off of Brayshaw's foot in the end, or was it Howard's? No, it's going the way of Brayshaw, so I don't even think Hammer knew that was coming.
No, I don't think he did either. He did work hard to get across there. Brayshaw was a very...
that kick has just got plenty of miles on it. Bayok reads it best. Anderson sidesteps Brayshaw. Little give to Clark. The darting pass, searching for Palmer. Tough ball to handle at ground level and not. Just launches into the back of his opponent. We'll have a ball up. Have a look at the numbers round this footy. That's why you're not seeing a lot of scoring, I'd imagine, in this quarter. Flint searching for Deegan, gets it back, and that's a quality tackle from Noble. Lined him up. Umpire gives him a break and says, I'll have it.
Inside 50s in this quarter, certainly starting to even up, even though the Swans certainly have the ball at their end of the ground, but West Coast defence is holding firm at the moment. Noble
in the ruck now for Swan Districts. Good hit out from Jamison. Hutchings can't handle it. Ainsworth,
doesn't have it.
He's been held on to, and he'll get the kick. Advantage, Jones. 2-on-1. What can Williams do here? Good contest from Urseg. The numbers look like they're going to win out for Swans. The handball. Here's Cameron, a chance to put some pressure on. Busher juggles it nicely. Brayshaw.
Good vision.
Has the runner on the inside at Sinclair. Steps inside of Beck. He's going to have a dip from 45, and he's just missed. West Coast just can't buy a goal at the moment.
Needed to lower his eyes as well. He had Nitschke, and I reckon Cameron was pointing it out to him as well. Just lower the eyes. There's a couple of young boys out here that are just blazing away. They've just got to understand where they're standing in this team right now, and he had a better opportunity about 25 metres directly in front.
It was a good contest from Williams to bring it to ground 2v1, and West Coast really just pressed up, got their numbers to the contest like they had to, because Swans were going to work it out through handball. It was quality gut running, and that's why it's probably so disappointing from a West Coast perspective not to make the most of it on the scorecard.
Great spoil.
Foley spoil, collects, kick inside 50. Brayshaw can't get away from his opponent. Here's a chance. Jones running into the open goal. And here it is, West Coast first of the afternoon.
Great spoil on the far side of the ground. You're in every contest at all the time, and West Coast are doing a much better job of these 50-50s. Brayshaw with his 18th disposal. He had a turnover moments ago, but his kick into the middle that almost set up a goal previous. Then, of course, that moment there where he gave the ball off. That's just good footy. And all of a sudden, I like Jermaine Jones's work rate is very, very good. I think Williams is lifted. I think Jamison's doing a good job. Edwards down back is starting to control the back half. Brayshaw's work rate is exceptional. Much better from West Coast, so they matched the goal for goal in this quarter. Margin's 21 points. Swan Districts is still in control of the game, but you take that first quarter and that second quarter and the increased work rate and the productivity of West Coast Waffle, coaching staff would be very, very happy.
Well, you bang on the money there, Goss. All Luke Foley there on that occasion. Brilliant spoil and collect. Forget about the kick inside forward 50. That was just a brilliant individual performance there from the defender. Ball back in the middle. Can West Coast string two in a row here? Fisher minds it out. Watson, good hands. Tackle doesn't stick there from Cameron. Anderson just shrugs it with a bit of class. And have a look at that ball from Riggio. Finds Galt. Moves it quickly. Going to have to go laterally to Beck. Sees Riggio again. Good run up. Follow from Matt Riggio. Ball into the pocket. Palmer does his best effort to get boot to the ball. Edwards. Handball is brilliant over the top to Hutchings. And Marlin didn't really look where he was going. Riggio waiting there. Sets Alpha home. Big fly there from Clark. In the end, Johnson provides a good enough contest to spill it over the goal line. That's Swan District's second behind of the quarter, and that's all they've added to their quarter time scoring total. Johnson goes for a trot. Oh, Ainsworth has had to wait for it. Bit of an uncomfortable one. Handball inside. Cipro read it best. Oh, the high tackle is going to get paid on that occasion, and it's going the way of Riley against McGee.
Yeah, not a great kick towards Ainsworth on that occasion from Johnson. Kick had to have a bit more on it. He just left it floating and would have just allowed this Swan Districts player to come in and halve the contest.
Lachlan Riley just going to set it up. Dangerous area. Edwards flies, misses with the fist. Ainsworth wanted the left side. Risky business. Deegan's going to make a contest here. He does even better. Takes the chest mark. The former North Beach amateur player, Tim Gossage.
Easy.
Getting me very excited up here. Johnson at right half back.
Big day for the Emmos today.
Oh, tries to get round the tackler, and Riley not too successful. Have a look. A chance here for Swan Districts. He's got a player all by himself, and it's Palmer. Easy pickings there. Unsure what Johnson's plan was, but it didn't come off.
It certainly didn't, and they're going to pay full price for it. He might have been frustrated. He might have just wanted to make some ground and thinking he had the legs to get around the man on the mark. He didn't do a very good job of it. So that's not what West Coast would want going into time on in this second quarter after doing all the hard yards to level the goals one apiece in this quarter. So that's a gift to Swan Districts. But again, let's not dwell too much on that. I think, again, the increased work rate and those 50-50 contests at West Coast are doing a lot better in trying to win. So the organisation looks better. The back half still under a lot of pressure. And West Coast would like to give that back six a bit of relief here by winning some ball in the middle. Hutchings is in there, True is in there, Edwards and Bailey Williams. So the premiership player's there, but he's got three youngsters around him. So they need to try and have a win here against Swan Districts, who have been very dominant in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, the midfield's numbers for the Swans. Anderson 15, Fisher 13, Cipro 17, certainly getting a lot of hands on the footy. Matt Riggio at 15 with 8 grabs, if you don't mind. The senior leaders for the Swans certainly stamping their authority on this contest thus far. Ball back in the middle. Sinclair has to wait for it. Gold. Great roving from the big man. Fisher, handball over the back. Classy stuff there from Watson. High ball. Not v Edwards. I've enjoyed that matchup thus far. Bayok's got some space inside 50. He's got plenty of room. McGee chasing. Little outside of the boot pass is spot on, and Palmer a chance for 2 in a minute.
Well, Bayok leaked out of that contest. He was the one that left and was on his own inside forward 50. It's pretty hard to defend that type of stuff when your opposition man has gone for the footy and you're just out the back for a cheap one, but he used it as Harry Edwards comes off with a nasty cut above his left eye.
Jesse Palmer, 4th on the goal-kicking list in 2021, and he's adding a bit of numbers there, climbing up the ladder. Swan Districts, their 2nd of the term. Yeah,
Harry Edwards not feeling great about this. He's coming off the ground. The blood on the left eye at the moment. We saw last night.
There's a bit of it.
We saw last night, of course, with Tom Cole and Josh Rotham, both having their stitches. And if you've seen those on our socials, Tommy Cole's got the Tony Gallardi. He's got the eyebrows and then the stitches right across, connecting them.
The Anthony Davis.
Anyway, so Harry Edwards is going down to get some stitches, I would imagine. So a couple of goals in a minute. That unravels a fair bit of the good work from the West Coast Eagles. But again, without wanting to sound like a broken record, I know I am, it's about what's happening in the middle of the ground. They've just got to start winning some of these contests.
25 minutes played. Enough time for West Coast to level up this scorecard for the second term. Luke Edwards bangs it forward. Nitschke doing battle with Howard on this occasion. Swan District see it over and out.
Hamish Brayshaw, 18 disposals, 6 marks. 4 tackles for Jermaine Jones with his 12 disposals and a goal. He's been good today.
Bayok, well tackled there from True. Hutchings' kick is smothered from Fisher, and the ball is out once again. Good pressure there from the Swan District's midfield.
Just repeating, Jermaine Jones, we're led to believe, the first player to play 2 senior games 24 hours apart. Listed as an AFL medical sub last night, didn't get on the ground. And playing league footy today. First time it's happened.
Got on the team song, though. Don't worry about that, Goss. Good hit out there from Williams. Fine Luke Edwards. Snap kick forward. Tough bounce for Jamison. Provides a good tackle. Good support, though, from Waite coming around the back. His little kick. Only as far as Hutchings. Difficult place to score from in this pocket.
Very hard.
Hutch knows it.
Especially when you're the opposition and a lot of the opposition fans do sit in the McDonald's stand.
All players in the forward half, and they're all creeping inside West Coast forward 50. He's going to set it up. Top of the goal square. It's only Swan Districts, and the only person getting hands on it was Urseg.
Any chance to get the punch away right there? Someone cannot take an uncontested mark on the top of the goal square.
Short pass. Jones got plenty of space in the back pocket. Chris Jones, former Emerald Bomber.
Yeah.
The Outer East Football League coming across this season. Bayok. Short pass, Anderson. Be happy to just see time out here, Swan Districts. The kick, a little bit untidy. Flint's handball, almost straight to Bayok. Noble, brilliant handball. Fisher draws Riggio. He's got a bit of space. Laser pass to centre-half forward. Good take from Palmer. He's been hot so far in this quarter. Over the top, Reedy. They've got numbers streaming forward if they want to move it. Riggio was in the pocket on offer. Ignored.
A lot of these shots are going across the goal face, going to the far side of the ground when they come in that way. I'm not too sure whether that's wind or just direction of kick, but a lot of them are drifting across to this side of the ground from this area.
Anderson spots Bayok, just improving the angle so slightly, the Swans. Bayok sees something he likes, and it's a good pass. Finds Riley. Lachlan Riley. Played his debut match for Peel Thunder back in 2018, wearing Swanee colours now, of course. Been with the Black Ducks the last 3 seasons. And a chance to extend this lead heading into half-time.
Did you buy a raffle ticket?
Didn't have any coins on me. Long ball, loads up, looks, oh, it's just a little bit off target. Ainsworth wants to play on, but let's let him have the point, Braden.
Gee, I wasn't far off.
In the raffle?
28752, and I had 27982. Actually, I was 2,000 off. No, 200 off.
Yeah, that's a fair few, mate. Ball trickling out the back.
Could have done with 100.
Who couldn't? Deegan, Hutchings, see it over the line.
15 scoring shots to 5.
West Coast have been better this quarter.
Way better, way better.
Haven't quite resulted in minimising the damage.
No, they've certainly extended their lead here, Swans.
Jamison and Noble, well read from Anderson. Hurries it forward. Edwards leads. Give to Bayok. He's been busy this quarter. On the left, that is a brilliant ball to Knott, and he wants to move it quickly. Knows it's 1v1, but the kick didn't have a lot on it. Foley drops the chest mark, opens the door for Palmer. Swans still have control, and there's a much-needed siren in terms of West Coast, leading to half-time here at Steel Blue Oval.
Yeah, they levelled it up with a goal apiece in that second quarter before Swans got a couple back-to-back to take to a 35-point lead into the long break. So the goal kickers in this game for Swan Districts, Jesse Palmer, 3, singles to Bayok, Clark and Riggio. And Jermaine Jones has got 1 for West Coast, the only goal kicker. Just some stats for you. Hamish Brayshaw, 18. Ben Johnson, 13. Jermaine Jones, 12. 4 tackles and a goal. 11 to Ainsworth, 11 to Edwards, 11 to Foley, 10 to Sebastian Bentley, who's off the ground, and I think he's injured. I think he's done a calf. He's got it iced. And Zane True also with 10 disposals. And for the Black Ducks, Frank Anderson and Josh Ciprio with 18. Also Matt Riggio, Bayok and Fisher and Waite all have 15. At half-time, courtesy of Hungry Jacks, it is Swan Districts 6-9-45. West Coast Eagles 1-4-10.
All day?
Oh, a couple of days.
What, purple? On Swift or not?
with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's. With smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions.
Guys, this weekend we're serving Carlton Dry at all the waffle clubs, and what a great opportunity for you all to go to the bar, grab a pint of Carlton Dry, and that money will then be used to fund the Lord Mayor's relief appeal for those who are badly impacted by the bushfires. I know footy in general got impacted last year, as did businesses and sport in general by COVID. So we think we're struggling a bit, no more so than the bushfire people, those affected by that. So local pub, local waffle club, first round of waffle footy, get down to the bar, Carlton Dry, pint of, enjoy it, but also know that enjoying that pint, the money you've tipped over the bar is going to a very worthy cause. I think West Australians, as we all know, are so renowned for our ability to raise money through whether it's telethon and those numerous number of fundraising calls we get. It could be bi-monthly, there's something. But I think we are most generous when it becomes someone who might be in your family, friends, mum and dad, your mate who's had some damage caused by the bushfires, work within the fire brigade, those that are directly impacted by those bushfires. This little promotion by CUB, Carlton Dry, $10 out of your pocket, money so well spent. Those that are directly impacted by those bushfires, this little promotion by CUB, Carlton Dry, $10 out of your pocket, money so well spent. Those that are directly impacted by those bushfires.
Family time's more fun when you keep it simple. Take a break with Hungry Jack's new feast bundle. Get 2 tender crisp chicken burgers, 2 Whoppers, 2 cheeseburgers, 18 nuggets, 4 small chips and 4 drinks for $34.95. Only at Hungry Jack's. New feast bundle. Get 2 tender crisp chicken burgers, 2 Whoppers, 2 cheeseburgers, 18 nuggets, 4 small chips
Single Aussie, your double Whopper cheese, and my triple Whiskey River.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's. Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions.
I think moving from rugby to football it's been challenging, but I don't consider myself as a rugby player anymore. I consider myself as a footy player. I've invested so much of my life to football and I've sacrificed a lot. But I don't consider myself as a rugby player anymore. I consider myself as a footy player. I've invested so much of my life. Growing up in New Zealand was amazing. I come from a very, very big family. There's actually 9 of us all together. I spent a lot of time playing sport growing up. I had brothers that played rugby, so I guess I watched them and I was inspired by them. I had a bit of interest from the Australian coaches in my first year, and at the time I wasn't eligible to play for Australia, so you had to live in Australia for 3 consecutive years before you could actually represent Australia. And at the time I wasn't eligible.
She has caught them napping. Brilliant individual try by Mika Carter, and she has got a double.
Representing the country that you live in there's nothing like it. It wasn't just the achievement, it was more or less like the hardship that I'd been through to get there. I got a contract in Japan. It was an amazing opportunity that I really wanted to push for, but I ended up turning that opportunity down for Wallaroos. But meanwhile, I actually had a video made for that club, had all my stats, and it had, I guess, my highlights of my rugby career, and they seen it and wanted to sign me straight away, which was great. That video that I had made for that club was discovered from Adam Selwood and Luke Dwyer. I remember him saying, Meeks, you've got what it takes. Like, I've watched you play and you could do it. I just remember this so clearly. He sits me down with LD at this table. They sit me down for 2 hours. They interview me. My life was changed. I just remember this so clearly. He sits
Well,
me
Mika
down
Carter, when she first came to the footy club, she's a cross-coder. She had to learn the game, learn how to kick the footy, and coming from a long way back. With her hard work and determination, she's going to be rewarded with her debut for the Eagles.
She's been on a journey of maybe a bit of self-doubt, maybe some external noise, but she's continued to step forward. When we look at football and life, it's about opportunity, it's about resilience, it's about putting your best foot forward all the time. And I'm so proud now to be able to stand here and say, Mika, you're playing.
When they called up my name, it was just a very, very, very amazing experience getting that jersey for the first time. It was like a sign of relief knowing that making the transition was worth it. The camaraderie in the club and I guess the relationships that I've built with the girls has been like phenomenal for me. Being in multiple sports, being in different environments at an elite level, I've never experienced a group of girls that I get to pretty much live half my life with. We're all stained, I guess, by the culture. At an elite level, I've never experienced a group of girls that I get to pretty much live half my life. So outside of footy, this is like my life. Obviously, I'm a hairdresser. I've been hairdressing for 15 years. I started when I was 16 years old. This is my life. I'm here 24/7. I love my job. This is my second passion. The heartbeat of Vessel is to love and serve our clients. My husband being a part of the business is another incredible opportunity for him and for us to work together. It's been an emotional last week, realising that I've got a stress fracture in my foot, but I think this is going to fuel something in my footy career that's only going to propel me forward, and I'm looking forward to the development of my game that I can do while I'm in the place that I'm in at the moment. But I'll become a better footy player by just spending that little bit of time away from the group and recovering and working on myself, working on my strength, working on my kicking once I'm allowed to do that. But yeah, this is just a part of the journey. A bit of time away from the group and recovering and working on myself, working on my strength, working on my kicking once I'm allowed to do that. But yeah, this is just a part of the journey.
This Whopper has no beef.
No beef!
Introducing the Rebel Whopper with a patty made from plants.
I've never had plant that tastes like meat before.
Tastes just like a Whopper.
It tastes exactly like a Whopper.
New Rebel Whopper, 100% Whopper, 0% beef. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Hey guys, Lendy's back with a Kick for Cash competition. But this time, it's different.
Beautiful, just what we need. More Nick on TV.
Yeah, great. And out of all blokes, they've got him running a kicking comp.
Kicking, please.
Yeah, they must have lost the big fella's number.
Yours?
Yeah, obviously mine. I'm the big fella.
Out of all blokes. You think you're the best kick in the team?
Mate, 2018, Port Adelaide after the siren, clutch.
Jeremy McGavin has kicked the goal for the Eagles.
Flower bag.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Anyone kick a drop punt straight. Try kicking a flower bag straight.
Try doing it in extra time, in a final, after the siren.
He's kicked the goal. The Eagles.
Yeah, exactly. Not bad. Free kick was definitely there, though.
Irrelevant in extra time.
We won the game.
In a final.
I'll give it to you.
After the siren.
Oi! GWS, last 10 seconds, on the left, too easy.
And Louis, he gets the kick. Oh, yes! Oh, my goodness!
North Melbourne, oi, after the siren.
And he's put it through.
GWS, last 10 seconds.
Eagles win.
Mate, that was 9 years ago. And are you shooting another commercial?
Yeah, I'm covering for you two. You both said you were busy today.
Yeah, we are, mate, yeah.
Flat out now.
Probably still got you on the kick in the eye.
9 years ago. And Righto, are you shooting
big
another
fella.
commercial?
The 2021 Backyard Kick for Cash champion will take home a whopping $25,000 thanks to Lendy. Submit your trick shot video, and if you're the round winner, you'll take home $1,000, tickets to the game, and your video will be featured on the mega screens at Optus Stadium. It doesn't matter whether it's in your backyard, kitchen, or living room, or even at your local park. Get out there and start planning your Lendy Backyard Kick for Cash. Head to the West Coast Eagles app or westcoasteagles.com.au/backyard kick for cash and simply upload your video. T's and C's apply, and winners will be notified before each home game.
All right, single Aussie, your double whopper cheese, and my triple whiskey river.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's. Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple and try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your
Yeah, so we've got the reigning champ Blue with us today, and new to the stable Ziggy, so it's her first run today. So we've got two entrants, which will be exciting. I think Blue, he's another good shot.
I've got Bobby. He's no chance. He's got a bit of put on him at the moment. He likes chasing the ball, so I'll throw a ball and see what happens. He's looking a bit like Dub at the moment, so he's no chance.
I've got Barney here. He's a German Shepherd. He's 4. He didn't go too well last year, but he's been doing a bit of training, so he should be right.
Dolce, I think. Dom's dog, yeah. Little French bulldog might struggle, so yeah, I think she's got her work cut out for her, I think.
Probably Camo, Joe Cameron. His dog's probably going to get bogged in the sand. It ain't too pretty.
I think Simo does.
Simo.
But I think he's bringing a pretty little average-looking dog, so I don't think he's going to win it this year. I think Simo does.
Feeling? How's the emotion?
Oh, mate, running high. I'm surprised. Running high for a dog win. I was trying to play it low key, so when he come through, I thought, man, it's a fairy story with Simo giving the dog away. You do a good deed, it comes back to you, mate.
Well, I might cross into breeding dogs now for this race. You know, being part of the winning team still pretty special. You know, we've really missed interaction with each other on a social level. It's been a really difficult 12 months for everyone, as we all know. So keeping these things going is really important. You know, just to have a bit of break in routine, and we all love our dogs. On a social level, it's been a really difficult 12 months for everyone, as we all know. So keeping these things going is really important. You know, just to have a bit of break in routine, and we all love our dogs.
35 points to margin. Welcome back at half time, and there they are, 6-9, 45 to 1-4-10. Palmer with 3. Jermaine Jones, the only goal kicker for West Coast. Anderson, Cyprian and Rigo with 18 touches, and Hamish Brayshaw, the skipper, with 18 for the West Coast Waffle Eagles. Johnson 13. Jermaine Jones is the only goal kicker, as mentioned, but also has picked up 12 disposals. 15 scoring shots to 5. Subiaco and West Perth, Subiaco almost half-time, lead by 3 points. It's a high-scoring contest, that one, 8-6 to 8-1. The other games being played, should I say, today. East Fremantle are playing East Perth down at East Fremantle. 10-6 to 3-8 is a 40-point lead to East Fremantle, doing a job on the Royals. Going to be a long year, one would imagine, for the Royals. Claremont 11-7, 73. Perth 7-4, 46. The game's at Claremont. At Pingelly, down the Brookton Highway, it is 10-9, 69. South Fremantle, Peel Thunder 6-8, 44 in that contest. And as I mentioned, at this game right here at 6-9, 45 to 1-4-10. Thanks for all your comments on the socials. Those who are commenting, just a reminder, it is a Waffle Eagles stream provided by the West Coast Eagles. Our number one priority is to keep an eye and inform the West Coast Eagles fans of how their team's going and be respectful for the opposition, and we think we've done that in the first half. We think Swans have certainly been the dominant team. We have not missed out on that. We've certainly called every goal and every great tackle and every mark as per, but our mission is predominantly to keep an eye for the West Coast Eagles Waffle supporters and their players as well.
Well, if you're just joining us on the live stream, I suppose the scorecard 6-9, 45 to 1-4-10. Looking a little damning as far as West Coast are concerned. All the damage was really done in the first quarter for the Black Ducks. It was 9 scoring shots or even 10 scoring shots to 2. And in that quarter, the second one just gone, it was just Swan Districts by a goal. So West Coast were able to level up the contest in a big way, but still plenty of ground to make up in order to make this a contest. I just got down to the canteen, ducked and got us a drink at half-time, Goss, and they're banging out Enya, Sail Away, on the speakers. That just threw me. I didn't know where I was.
I thought you were having a massage.
It's not a... out in the hills, just recovering. But it's yeah, it was different. There's a DJ down there. I don't know if his finger slipped or he just came short. But the halftime, this is where you play your bangers.
Yeah.
This is where you play the ones where the crowds actually listen to you. That's just Enya, no dramas.
Well, there's a big bouncy castle at the airport end of the ground, which is fantastic. It's been well looked after. And look, it's a terrific crowd. The bar on the far side, not exactly packed to the rafters today, but certainly people are enjoying the footy. Coming to the bench, the West Coast Eagles. I think Zane True is coming to the bench for West Coast. Teo Bayok coming to the bench. He was busy early. He's had a very good first half. Teo Bayok, of course.
He can continue to improve as the game went on. Did Terrier, obviously a 2017 Category B rookie.
He's very good, Jamison. I thought Jamison's work rate there on your screen. Jared Cameron, of course, checked into the game midway through that quarter, playing on managed minutes. All about managing the minutes of Hutchings. I've also had confirmation Izzy Winder is unwell. That's why he's just a crook and has withdrawn from this team. So that's disappointing for the boy who made his AFL debut last week.
It's tough timings for West Coast because obviously you have Petruccelli coming out of the team with hammy soreness, Ryan with the hot spot on the shin, and Hearn with the torn calf from last week. So they all trickle down to the waffle, unfortunately, Tim. Having someone
Archie.
crook on the day, and Archie not getting up from his injury. You're getting a full display of the full squad of the West Coast Eagles waffle team at the moment. I certainly look forward to a few of those soldiers returning when they're fit and ready.
Thanks to Hungry Jacks. We're about to get underway in this second quarter here at Steel Blue Oval. Pretty warm day, 27 degrees. Players will certainly feel it in this second half. Here's Steve Thumper Bandy with the commentary.
A 35-point margin for Swan Districts. They've been well on top in this contest thus far. West Coast looking to get back into this. Chipping away will be the mantra. Cipro at the bottom of that pack. He's locked up.
And someone on the Facebook said they're sick of the words thus far.
Oh, really?
You said it
and
in
I just
the
said
first
straight away.
sentence.
I'm
Very
going to
good.
continue to say it. I'm just going to stick it right in and twist it. Ball in the guts.
I like that.
Jones.
That's my boy.
Scrubs one along the ground. Jones collects it. Busher wraps him up. Brayshaw in support. Sinclair ducks inside. Good tackle, though, from Riley.
Oh, well
the
done,
ball spills
Sinclair.
out. Sinclair takes it away from Reedy. Ball just slowly heading toward the boundary line. West Coast take control. Hutchings, Flint, good smother. A few contests on the outer side there from Reedy. Brayshaw appeals for out on the full. He's not going to get it.
was doing radio during the week and I wrote on the board in the studio, I can't stop saying absolutely and can I ask you? And I did it about 3 times in a row and I joined them together.
Can I ask you's a ripper?
I do it all the time.
Williams from the back over Galt on that occasion. Anderson picks it up. Hutchings tackles him over the line.
And these people that are critical on socials that they don't like hearing something time and time again, you should record your own voice every now and then and see how often you repeat things.
Not as easy as it looks, Tim. Is
No,
that what
it's
you're
not, Steve.
Tell me about it. Cipro's dispossessed in the tackle. Anderson.
As you know, the gloves are off now. That's all. Once you read the comments at half-time, you start to get a little
You're
feisty.
licking your lips to fire back.
Here we go.
Sinclair puts a high one to half forward. Jamison spoils that away from Urseg. Very little action thus far in...
Oh, there it is.
Very little action at the moment in the third quarter here at Steel Blue Oval.
Tell you what, that smoke coming across the far side too, taking away the blue horizon at the moment. Very, very hazy.
Throw in Williams turned around in the ruck contest. Riggio takes it, but it's not 15. What a clever little dish off to Anderson. Cipro.
Slick hands.
Fisher. Look at them share well here. Back to Cipro. Drives it. One-on-one in forward 50. Palmer. Read it best. Ball over the back. A chance. Going to go the check side. It's just the wrong side of the post on that one. He was looking for number
4.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
4 it would have been.
Yep.
First blood of the quarter for Swan Districts.
We got rid of McGee far too easy on that occasion. Just a little tap with the hip. McGee got put off, unfortunately, for West Coast, but they got away with it.
Foley dummies it. He's going wide. Has McGee on the inside. Follows up. Does Luke Foley. Spots Williams in the corridor, but what a little one-handed pluck there from Galt. Puts an end to that transition.
Needed more on the kick.
Kicks to half forward. Noble with a bit of space. Gives the hands off. Riley sends it deep and not with acres of space. Takes an easy, uncontested grab, left forward pocket for Swan Districts.
Jared Cameron coming off after starting the game on the ground after half-time. 3 minutes there. And,
that really is managed minutes, Tim.
Well, he did, and he went to get some skin from Zane True and got ignored, so he had to give himself a high five on the way past. Shrugged his shoulders and thanks very much. Zane True, of course, would know this ground well, being a product of the Swan Districts Footy Club.
The former Eagle.
Good fella, this bloke.
Tony Knott. Yet to enter the goal kickers list for the Black Ducks, and he still doesn't, pushes it right. So 2 games in 2008 for Tony Knott.
Yep.
Delisted 2010.
Yep.
Dropped for the Waffle Grand Final that year.
Remember.
Was that a 1-point win to Swan Districts?
Pretty sure it was. He's and he went to school, was in the same year at Nick Nat, and I handed their graduation. On their night, they graduated from school. I was there for the Western Front, and I was the celebrity, so to speak.
That's some tall timber on stage.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Great fella, though. Williams.
A ripping fella.
Goes from the back. Luke Edwards spun in the tackle.
Good to see a couple of us kicked on.
Gives to Deegan. Ball at ground level. Have a ball up.
Yeah, very popular man, Tony Knott. Skip up, still going strong. Walks past the weights room. I'm going to the, not big on the gym, isn't it? Big Noddy.
Williams searching for Ainsworth. That's
nice.
Brilliant ruck work on that occasion.
Very clever.
Bubba Ainsworth down the line. Floating across is Jones. Nitschke holding that shoulder, which is heavily taped up. Don't like the looks of it. Kick in board. Well read from Sinclair. Chops it off.
Oh, that's almost 50.
I don't know about going quickly because this option's the only one he's got. Push up.
Don't kick it, kid. Do not kick the ball. Do not kick the ball.
As you can see, going laterally, waiting for cavalry to arrive. Flint.
So he's got Jamison down there, inside 50 now, and that's where the direction the kick should go.
Foley, top of the square. Early lead from Nitschke, but he's got one arm. I didn't love his chances. Again, Jones with the intercept mark. Clark wants to move it fast. Beck lowers the eyes. Watson. Clark offers on the inside. Just reaches him on the full. Aiden Clark wants to switch. Howard. Jones. Got a bit of it in the early going of this third term. Good space, Stevens. Look how fast they want to move this ball. Swan Districts. Riggio.
Palmer's on his own.
No, he's got someone over the top. This is a big contest. Harry Edwards made up tremendous ground. Back with the flight. Heavily bandaged. Quality defensive work.
Yeah, he was on his own, Palmer, for some time. Williams was trying to get across as quick as he could, and Edwards had to really double back as well. That was well done by the Eagles. Swans probably should have done better. The kick to Palmer probably needed to be on a bit to his advantage. It went more to the one-on-one.
Bit of ice coming down on the footy. Very high from Riggio.
It was.
Ball inside forward 50 for the Swans yet again. They've dominated the inside 50 count this afternoon. Tony Knott takes it cleanly. Waite, Watson, Beck, just inside the centre square. Moves it fast. Couple of Swan Districts players could raffle that one. Riggio, Bayok. And in the end, Matt Riggio pulls rank.
And we've now got the score. We did have some technical problems in the first half, but as you can see, the score is there, thanks to all those people who are letting us know. Can't do everything. Can't keep the score and provide one-eyed comments for West Coast.
I wish we could put up a different score, Goss, to be perfectly frank.
Yeah, but they've been dominant. Swan Districts doing a fantastic job. Good player, this bloke.
Matt Riggio going for his second of the afternoon. It's going to fall just short. The fist from Edwards keeps it in play. Good smother. West Coast hanging on for dear life, and Tom Edwards over the shoulder doesn't get the line that he desires.
The dam is going to break if they're not careful here. They are absolutely peppering away here, Swan Districts. 6-12-48 to 1-4-10.
Luke Edwards takes it in the back half.
He's a nice mover, isn't he, this fella?
I've liked the look of him today thus far in a losing team. Going long, Busher takes care of Jones but can't finish the job. Swans again on the counter.
Bang! Got him.
Taken there from Rebillard. Didn't have a lot of time to get rid of it.
No, no prior. Some more good organisation around the ball here. Jones and Edwards and Brayshaw all connecting here, which is good.
Ainsworth tries to spin out of the goal tackle. Ball trickles down to a few of his teammates.
Swans have the extra in the back half of defending if West Coast win this ball.
Williams again to Ainsworth. Brilliantly done. Brayshaw tumbles a left foot pass.
That's a win. That's an absolute win for West Coast right there and then.
Just gains territory, does the skipper.
Yeah, he did. He's been busy. He's up above 20 stats now, Hamish Brayshaw.
He's the leading disposal winner for West Coast. A host of numbers on 20 for the Swans.
You need glasses, mate?
Anderson, Cipro, Riggio. Geez, I'm really struggling to read it.
Have you got a thing?
What's a thing?
Where you move your thing, the mouse?
Too advanced for me, guys.
Well, you can put them in order.
Show me how to do that later. Brayshaw, around the corner. Here's a chance. Rebillard. Sinclair leaves it for him. Hoiks it round the corner. Busher. Good contest there from Jones off the deck, and Riggio's there to receive.
And when you're up, you're up, and when you're on, you're on. Riggio, well done. Right spot, right time.
The kick is brilliantly weighted. What a pass. Riley sends it forward. Palmer over his head. Edwards first to it. Big contest here. Ball over and out, and both teams can reset.
Yeah, but that got down there far too easy. West Coast had the ball in their front half. Yeah, hey, you learn something every day.
That's good from you.
Hey, you learn something every day.
That makes it a lot easier, doesn't it?
It does a little bit.
Okay, so 20 disposals. Anderson, Cipro, Riggio. Waite with 17.
Tap on the top, on the little arrow. If you flick the other arrow, it goes the other way from low to high.
Yeah, I got you now. I'm with you.
Okay, good on you, mate.
Forward 50 Swans. Great hit out there from Gold. Anderson sharks it. His kick's floating across the face of goal. Edwards going to see it out over the full. Short option is on. McGee. Oh, that kick's an absolute worm burner. Well handled there, though, from Foley. Just got rid of it in time, and Edwards just has to blindly bang it long. Jones been very busy, but that's not a bad spoil from Busher, not even watching the ball. Watching the hands.
Ooh.
Big contest. Reedy and McGee. Riggio composed. Great short pass. And Galt will take it about 25 metres out, directly in front.
Edwards slow to get up behind play. But big Corey Galt, dual club champion at this football club, of course.
Two-time club champion, absolutely. Beat Fisher for the award last year. The Sandover medalist.
How's that? It doesn't happen very often.
No. 70th league game this afternoon.
Did when Priddle won the Brownlow, did he not? He wasn't club champion at West Coast.
Kicks truly. Good finish there from the Swans.
You were at the club at the time.
Well, what are you asking him? Was Pritter club champ?
When Pritter won the Brownlow, did he win club champ?
Oh,
someone might be able to tell us.
Yeah,
they can go to
someone
a book.
else.
Go
Someone
to
else.
Go to a book.
I'm using my lifeline. I'll call someone.
We're busy.
Call anyone else at the club with a better memory than me.
You heard the Eagles coaching staff next to us say to Camo, let's go. Let's get involved. Of course.
It's hard to get involved when he comes off the ground 3 minutes into the quarter, though, guys. So let's hope.
Minutes?
Yeah.
It's all about minutes. Anyway, so he came on midway through the second quarter. Didn't play early. I don't think he played the first quarter. I stand corrected. Didn't play the first quarter. And I liked his attack on the footy. He's wandering down to the left of screen as we look at Corey Galt right there. So Cameron's starting at the high part of the 50.
It's a hard one when you want to get minutes into him, but if you're not giving your forwards any kind of use or any opportunity, it's just going to be minutes running around in circles.
Yeah, and trying to tackle blokes. Exactly right.
We're back in the centre. Williams, Galt. Bayok can't take it cleanly. Riggio handed it to Anderson, who wasn't even watching.
Good pressure, Bailey. Much better.
Hutchings bangs it forward. Howard keeps his feet. Deegan overruns it. Urseg, handball, puts weight under the pump. West Coast, a chance for a forward 50 entry. True to Ainsworth. Can't drag it in with the one hand. Bayok, very smooth operator is Taria Bayok. Oh, what a grab there from Tom Edwards. Takes it out in front of Marlon on that occasion. Continues down the line, spot on pass. Noble. He's got Cipro with a bit of space, goes in his direction. Feeney, good closing speed. Cipro wants chop of the arms, but it's going to be a throw in, left fast forward for Swan Districts.
22 to Brayshaw, 17 to Foley. Jermaine Jones, 15, 6 tackles, which I've liked. Luke Edwards, 14 and 3 tackles as well. And Chaz Flint's had 10 and 5 tackles. It's the one goal coming off the boot of Jermaine Jones, and 22 disposals to Matt Riggio.
Through Hutchings' hands, good follow-up from Galt. He's been sensational today in that area. He's held up on this occasion. 200 centimetres, the big man. He's not too bad at ground level either.
Inside 50s, 40 Swans, 15 West Coast.
On cue, gets the clearance, solo, Noble, Edwards
well done,
with the
Harry.
flight. Sensational spoil. And he's put teammate McGee in a bit of trouble, but, geez, I love the gutsy performance there from Edwards.
There's a bit of McGovern about Harry Edwards, isn't there? I mean, his attack on the footy, he's done a couple of smothers, he's gone back with the flight several times, he's good one-on-one. To like about Harry's game, of course, he has played one AFL game, not that he remembers much of it, but he's cracking in today.
Sinclair, space closed down by Stevens. Good work in a phone booth there from Swan Districts.
That's deliberate.
It'll kick down the line. Nice and legal according to the umpire.
It's not. It wasn't legal. He had only one intention, that was to kick it 15 metres along the boundary line.
Now, it was friendly fire from Brad Shepherd on the night in the second quarter, and a bit of a tragic end because Harry Edwards looked quality early doors in that game.
He did.
But hasn't had an opportunity since.
Keeps playing like he is tonight. He certainly will be ready to go.
Ainsworth. True. Handball at the feet of Brayshaw, but he handles it well. They get a clearing kick forward. Galt gets a mitt on it. Stevens first to it. Great pick up and spin. Oh, feigns the handball beautifully. Kicks right forward pocket. Noble flies. Oh, as too does Tom Edwards, and he takes it cleanly. Oh, the umpire's called play on. Listen to the crowd.
Yeah, I think there was 2 Swan Districts players coming to ground with the footy. No dispute from Edwards, though, which is interesting for Swan Districts. Here's the replay. Yeah, he didn't. That's a very good call by the umpire. Absolutely spot on.
Here we go. Fisher. Can't get a clean disposal out. Clearing kick for West Coast.
The replay machine's working.
Well met from Rebelliard. Nitschke, good to see his shoulders intact. He delivers to Jones.
Yeah. Wembley B-grade premiership player Cooper Nitschke. Handy right there at the moment.
Jermaine Jones kicks to a 2-on-1. In the end, it's easy pickings for Urseg. The switch is on.
There we go.
Good kick to Bayok.
Good kick, wasn't it?
Brilliant stuff. They're really stretching this West Coast defence when they get it on the back half. Beck. Normally precise with that left boot. Edwards pushed up the ground. Happy to just chip it around at this stage. They have a extra number in the back half. They use it. This is weight.
West Coast had 3 or 4 behind the ball on the far side of the ground. So that's smart by Swans, changes the direction of it. And they're going to go back the other way because everyone's shifted this way. So West Coast are being now stretched very, very much so across this ground.
Fisher has Beck to the outside, gives to him. One bounce, strikes it long, into the 50. What a leap there from Palmer, can't bring it in. Ainsworth at ground level. Good delivery to Marlin. Short pass inboard, Hutchings offers. Opts to just hold it up for the time being, does Mark Hutchings. Short pass to Ainsworth. Still a 45-point deficit for West Coast. Haven't been able to whittle this lead down thus far. Edwards.
There's not much happening. There's not a lot of movement forward. And I worry that they're going to try and... Brayshaw's got to go here.
Oh, it's a kick. It's just reached Brayshaw. Reedy was sweating on him at that moment.
So Cameron's worked really hard to get to this contest.
And the kick isn't really favouring him too much.
No.
Easy pickings there for Bright. And he spots Palmer at right half forward. Puts it at the full forward. The target, Tom Edwards, takes it on the second bite. Good delivery there from Palmer. He's kicking him, he's setting him up, and Swan Districts was putting a ton of pressure on this Eagles back half.
Yeah, they are. They're struggling to get the ball out here. So Edwards clunked that one. The one before where Noble got a piece of it and Edwards then tried to claim it, or the Swans fans thought he'd claimed it. On this occasion, he had the ball all to himself. 7-13 to 1-4. It's been played in the Swan District's front half in this second half so far.
4 goals against Perth last week, and there's his first major of the afternoon. Tom Edwards on the board.
Riggio 23, Anderson 21 and Ciprio 20. They're dominating. Baylock's been good also with 20. And West Coast, Hamish Brayshaw's 23, Foley 18, but very much in the back half. Ainsworth 16, Jermaine Jones 16, 6 tackles and a goal. They are the stats, thanks to the Hungry Jacks. But this is starting to look well. It's been glum from the start. They certainly dominated possession and dominated their inside 50s. But West Coast, there's some positives about it, but the Swans are bigger, stronger, and just got better players, of course, in there right through their full list, of course, in regards to their consistency across the ground. But everyone's cracking in. This very young West Coast Eagles waffle team against a much more experienced group that is Swan Districts.
Today's stream courtesy of Hungry Jacks. Pleasure to have them on board. Bailey Williams winning the hit out. Jones can't handle it again. Swan Districts with the clearance. Anderson, short pass across the ground. Riley wants to move it on.
Jermaine Jones slow after slipping past that contest.
Kick inside forward 50 is a little untidy, all West Coast. Edwards holds his ground, takes a strong mark.
It's a bit rough.
Riley made sure he earned it, tried to piggyback him for a little bit also. And pay a couple of bucks for that ride. He goes wide, good offering there from Brayshaw.
His work rate's good, isn't it, Hammer? He does work incredibly hard. His disposal on a couple of occasions today hasn't been quite right, but he's worked hard between the arcs.
It's let him down on that occasion. Cipro jumps in front of the leading pattern. Gold, his kick across the ground. Cameron did his best to make up the ground. Wait, Riggio. Going to pay the free kick against Feeney on that occasion. Matt Riggio certainly going to feature in the votes. He keeps playing like this today.
Are you giving votes today?
Nah, but in my mind.
Stand over votes, maybe.
Gee, that's a precise kick, Clark, and wants to move it quickly. Swan Districts again. Gee, that ball movement is something pretty to watch. Palmer wants to move it fast. He's got Noble over the top. Good mark. Tough angle. And again, the unselfish nature. Back to Palmer. Calls play on, and just the quick throw on the boot. Didn't quite work on that occasion. Another behind for Palmer.
Around the grounds at Pingelly in the last quarter.
Where is Pingelly?
That's down the Brookton Highway. It's about an hour 40.
Pass.
It's a great spot. They spent about 20 million on their facility.
Not enough on their Google Map advertisement to tell me where it is.
Oh, mate, you don't have to go there. 12-10-82, Peel Thunder 7-8-50. And that game is in the last quarter. East Fremantle, 3-quarter time, 13-7. East Perth 4-8. Subiaco 8-6 over West Perth 8-1. And Claremont 14-8 all over the top after a 6-goal to 2-second third quarter against Perth, 7-5.
Ursek, brilliant pass. Cipro handles it at ground level. Wait, searching in board. I'm not sure if he was looking for Palmer or Tommy Edwards, but either way, it's going to be Palmer lining up for number 4. And again, all the attacking done by Swan Districts in this third term.
Zane True limping off the ground. That doesn't look good.
Not at all.
Hamish Brayshaw wanted to come off, but I think the bench said, well, you've got a bloke who's limping behind you. You're going to have to stay out there, captain. So he stayed out there. Ainsworth's checked into the game. Foley's come off the ground, and Swans get their 9th goal.
Jesse Palmer, number 4. Well and truly in control here, the Black Ducks on their home deck. A good turnout from their home faithful, and they're getting treated to an absolute show this afternoon.
Yeah, been very good. That's a couple of weeks in a row now. They absolutely demolished Perth at Mineral Resources, of course, a couple of weeks ago under lights, and they're doing a job on a very young West Coast Eagles waffle team.
Look, I don't watch them every week, Goss, but to do it without Turner, who I think is one of their major ball winners,
Yeah, he is.
an absolute bull inside, can play outside also.
And the old man.
And, of course, the spectacular ball usage and just composed senior leader of Lewis Jetta. To do it without those two, I know West Coast are missing an absolute host, but are they in the frame to make some noise this year?
100% they are. 100% they are. They're a big-bodied team. As we've seen several times today, they use the ball well. They've got Palmer up forward, who's good, not certainly controlling the forward 50 as well. And this man in the middle, Corey Galt's also been impressive.
Williams, good tap. Hutchings clearance, goes sideways. Asks something of Sinclair, had to wait underneath it. Jones arrives in support. Back to Hutchings. Short passes on the left. Just misses Luke Edwards. Cameron, clever tap. Back to Luke. And that's probably the best usage forward for West Coast.
It is.
They've seen all day. Busher wants to give it off. Ainsworth. Again, they're just looking for Brayden Ainsworth inside forward 50.
Yeah. Jermaine Jones.
Do they know something we don't?
Jermaine Jones, Mark Hutchings, Jared Cameron. It's just simply better use of the footy. And it does help when you get the ball out of the middle. Albeit that came skewed off the boot from Hutchings, but it certainly was a win for West Coast. So Jermaine Jones a little sore behind play as well. So some sore bodies for West Coast.
Waving off the trainer, which is a good sign for Eagles fans.
Yeah, he's looking at the clock.
Brayden Ainsworth for West Coast, 2nd of the afternoon. He struck it sweetly. Well done there for the Eagles.
Yep, that's good. That's reward for hard work, and it gives the back six a bit of relief. They've been under siege down back. And as Jared Cameron comes off the ground, and he was involved in that piece of play as well. So a bit to like about that movement for West Coast. We've got a long way to
Are they back, Goss?
No, they're not.
Are they back?
No, Steve, they're not.
Okay.
But you know what? I reckon if it goes down at three-quarter time, Daniel Pratt and the coaching staff will be saying, boys, it's just simple football philosophy. Try and win the quarter, win your contest. You know, be happy with an arm wrestle. Don't get blown away, albeit the score is pretty distorted at the moment. There'll be a lot of one-on-ones and conversations about beating your man and not letting this score absolutely blow out to triple figures.
I've enjoyed watching Lukey Edwards today, and no bigger test in the middle here.
Really good.
With the Sandover medalist head-to-head here in this bounce back in the middle. Williams giving his midfielders best use so far. No different. Hutchings, Sinclair, 1-2 with Mark.
There you go.
Johnson got a bit of dash through the midfield. It's going to send it inside forward 50. Bush at the target. Good contest from both sides. Jones loses it with the Bayok pressure. Tarir goes to ground. How's the umpire going to see it? Have a ball up.
It's a couple of times today, Johnson has just made a beeline straight for the middle of the ground. When he backs himself and with confidence, doesn't think too much about it, just uses his speed. That's what turns the opposition around. It's good to see.
Again, Williams searching for Hutchings on that occasion. Sinclair riding him into the back. Another forward 50 entry imminent for West Coast.
This is his best 3 or 4 minutes of the game, Mark Hutchings.
Wants to send it long. Who's going to fly? Bush is there. Oh, good grab in front. Is that going the way of Deegan? No, it's not.
No chance.
He ended up with it on the ground, so just wrestled it away from Urseg. But in the end, Swan Districts intercept Mark and defensive 50. Wait, a little unsure. Oh, how's the ball? Brilliant pass there to Riggio.
Zane True back on the ground, which is good to see.
He's got Watson on the outer side. Goes long. Reedy with a ton of space. Marlin in fringe. Winds up. Goes round the corner. Edwards with plenty of space. And they got him on transition there, Swan Districts.
Too easy. Way too easy. Did all the hard yards. They switched them to the far side. Clean ball use. And Swans have done that all day.
For his second of the afternoon. Wheels round on the left, and that's easy pickings for a quality forward. Tom Edwards looking to leave today with yet another bag of goals after his 4 against Perth. Debut just last year. It's his 4th league game. Looks at home despite the slight frame. Really looks at home at this level.
A couple of goals to East Perth in their game at East Fremantle, but East Fremantle still up by 41 points. South Fremantle lead Peel Thunder by 20 midway through the last quarter. Subiaco and Perth at Subiaco by 3 points midway through the third there. And Claremont 99 over Perth, 53, 46 points there. And of course at this venue, 10-14, 74 to 2-4, 16. Swan Districts will get the win. And it's going to see how West Coast play out this last quarter, and probably about 2 or 3 minutes to go before three-quarter time.
Jamison back into the ruck for West Coast. It's the first we've seen him in this role. Played exclusively forward in round 1 against the Demons. Now pinch hitting in the ruck, and he's got plenty of hops.
He's good, this kid. I like him. I haven't, he hasn't had much opportunity to play a lot of footy. He's got a wonderful leap. I saw him play for Claremont Colts in the grand final.
That kicks an absolute Barry Crocker.
Yep. Give him a pump up, and then they let you down every time.
Luke Edwards tackled Anderson. Brilliant spin out of trouble. Short pass. Riggio can't take it cleanly. Cipro there to mop up. A long ball. One-on-one. McGee. Palmer taps it in front of him. Little soccer forward. Might run out of room soon. He does.
And this simply comes about by a poor skill execution. I mean, Jamison got the free kick. We're pumping him up. He's got great. He's got.
You're pumping him up, Goss.
No, well, mate, his leap and his ruck work and his capabilities of in the contest have been very good.
No, he looks good.
But that was a very poor kick. And what happens is it slices off to the side. All his teammates have run forward, and they get killed in transition the other way. It's skill execution that lets them down.
Throw in, looking for Hutchings out back. Bayok, a quality smother, keeps the ball inside 50 for Swan Districts. Riggio goes down, and a bit of acting pays off on this occasion.
Yeah, non-controlling umpires paid that from down the ground. I think it was right. It was the right call.
He'll be the leading disposal winner of the day after this kick, Matt Riggio, with his 25/26 disposal.
Yeah, does get plenty of the footy on Matt.
12 grabs, 6 inside 50s, and lining up for his second major of the afternoon. Again, Zane True hobbling off the ground.
Yeah, it's a couple of times now. He's not 100% right, Zane. 18 inside 50s to 50.
From just inside 50, gives it a good ride, but again to the near side.
17 hit-outs to Corey Galt. Bailey Williams with 23, Jamison with 10. But Galt has been outstanding around the ground. 16 disposals, 6 marks and a goal.
How many's Noble had in the hit-out stats?
I'll go to Noble for you, mate. He's had 5 hit-outs.
Right. I really would have liked to capitalise more on that matchup.
Have you got him in your fantasy?
Is there a waffle fantasy? Is there?
Well, I don't know.
Get me involved. Spoil out the back. Urseg, look at the size of him. Ainsworth does well to bring him down to ground. And a ball up just in front of the commentary box. And
that's our box.
Interchange gate.
Yep. Oh, there's no gate down there.
Fisher keen to get on, as you would be.
Always people say interchange gate. There's no gate there.
Interchange
area.
Slot. Hutchings.
Markings.
Kick in board. Good effort there. Oh, dear. That was Flint that wore one to the face. Oh, have a look at that ball. Well won from Beck, and sadly the tackle.
Edwards grabbing his right knee. Luke Edwards. Interesting to see what's happening here.
Oh, they want him off. Yeah, the doctor and trainer want him off immediately. And he's not moving quickly.
He grabbed the front of it, which is interesting. I don't know if it was knee on knee or he just tackled hard, but again, I'm interested to see a replay as he comes off the ground. Luke Edwards, replaced by Zane True, the walking wounded. They're asking Jared Cameron to continue to work hard.
Watson on the broadcast wing, thumps it long to half forward, in front, not. Second grab, takes it cleanly. Wants to move it quickly. 2v1. Top of the goal square, Palmer. Beset upon. Have a look at the roving there from Bayok, and sadly, the siren beats him. And again, another dominant display from Swan Districts in the third term.
Jesse Palmer, 4 goals, 4 in 10-15. Now, here's the replay of Edwards. Yeah, I reckon he got whacked from the bloke coming the other way. I reckon it was knee on knee. I don't reckon he gets twisted as we have a look. Bang, left knee on right knee for Edwards. The outside of the right. I hope it's just purely knee on knee. We might just keep an eye on that one. So let's hope that news for Luke Edwards is okay. He's in the hands of the medical staff as we speak. 10-15, 75, Swan Districts, West Coast 2-4-16. 4 goals to Palmer, single goals to Ainsworth and Jones for the West Coast Eagles. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the third quarter, courtesy of Hungry Jacks.
This Whopper has no beef.
No beef.
Introducing the Rebel Whopper with a patty made from plants.
I've never had plant that tastes like meat before.
Tastes just like a Whopper.
It tastes exactly like a Whopper.
New Rebel Whopper, 100% Whopper, 0% beef. The burgers are better at Hungry Jacks.
Hey guys, Lendy's back with a Kick for Cash competition, but this time it's different. We want to see you.
Beautiful, just what we need. More Nick on TV.
Yeah, great. And out of all blokes, they've got him running a kicking comp.
Kicking, please.
Yeah, they must have lost the big fella's number.
Yours?
Yeah, obviously mine. I'm the big fella.
You think you're the best kick in the team?
Mate, 2018, Port Adelaide after the siren, clutch.
Jeremy McGavin has kicked the goal for the Eagles.
Flower bag.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Anyone kick a drop punt straight. Try kicking a flower bag straight.
Try doing it in extra time, in a final, after the siren.
He's kicked the goal. The Eagles have won.
Not bad. Free kick was definitely there, though.
Irrelevant.
We won the game. I'll give it to you.
Oi! GWS, last 10 seconds, on the left, too easy.
And Louis, he gets the kick. Oh, yes! Oh, my goodness!
North Melbourne, after the siren.
And he's put it through. Eagles win.
Mate, that was 9 years ago. And are you shooting another commercial?
Yeah, I'm covering for you two. You both said you were busy today.
Yeah, we are, mate, yeah.
Flat out, Nick.
Probably still got you on the kick in the I reckon.
Righto, big fella. Let's go.
The 2021 Backyard Kick for Cash champion will take home a whopping $25,000 thanks to Lendy. Submit your trick shot video, and if you're the round winner, you'll take home $1,000, tickets to the game, and your video will be featured on the mega screens at Optus Stadium. It doesn't matter whether it's in your backyard, kitchen, or living room, or even at your local park. Get out there and start planning your Lendy Backyard Kick for Cash. Head to the West Coast Eagles app or westcoasteagles.com.au/backyard kick for cash and simply upload your video. T's and C's apply, and winners will be notified before each home game.
All right, single Aussie, your double Whopper cheese.
And my triple Whiskey River.
Whopper your way. Choose single, double or triple. And try the new Whiskey River Whopper with smoky barbecue sauce and angry onions. Whopper your way, your taste, your size. The burgers are better at Hungry Jacks.
With our best ever loose change menu, a little goes a long way at Macca's. Grab a McFlurry for just $2, a hamburger for $2, or 10-piece chicken McBites for $3. Available 10:30 a.m. to midnight for a limited time. Excludes McDelivery.
Welcome back to Steel Blue Oval. Bass and Dean, 10-15-75, 2-4-16, the West Coast Eagles waffle. Good news, Luke Edwards, A-OK, returned to the huddle after that knee on knee. Not exactly sure whether he's starting this last quarter. Yep, he is. I think he's at the Eagles' end of the ground, which is good news. So just a knee on knee. Got a bit of work to do. Goals to Jones and Ainsworth. Swans have certainly been the dominant player and has all started in the middle of the ground. Looking forward to seeing how it all fares. There's a good group of players there. Bailey Williams, Zane True, the youngsters. Hamish Brayshaw, who made his AFL debut last year. He's the captain, number 45 of our West Coast waffle. He's been very good today. And Jermaine Jones is the other in the starting four in the midfield.
How's he travelling as your co-host on Coast to Coast?
Very good. I think I'm more just the... well, you're the brains behind it. I'm merely...
Well, you're certainly not the looks, so what are you offering?
And I'm just trying to piece it together with sticky tape. And I think Hammer is doing a wonderful job. You can hear the podcast Coast to Coast comes out midweek.
You reckon Oscar Allen's going to be fired up after his performance?
I think Oscar Allen will be very fired up and he'll be very keen on getting the votes in the Hammer Time Award, of which he led going into last night's game too. He's got 4 votes.
He'll be wanting to do 2 episodes this week, I would have thought. That's how well he played.
He did. Played very, very well. But so did Jack Darling with 5, Dom Sheed with 3. I thought McGovern was outstanding. The midfield was certainly got plenty of the foot in. And again, I like Jack Redden, who a lot of his work goes unnoticed. So make sure you're listening to Coast, the podcast. Don't forget you're also asked to ask Simo as well. You can get on all our socials and ask a question of the coach, and we will have that for you probably Monday night or Tuesday morning, depending on how hard the media department's working. They do work very, very hard.
Absolutely. One of the best in the business, I would have thought.
Very much so. And speaking of best in the business, let's hope we have a good quarter of footy here. 25 scoring shots to 6. Last quarter, thanks to Hungry Jack, Steve Thumper Bandy, with all the action here on the Waffle live stream, courtesy of HJs and the West Coast Eagles.
59-point margin in favour of the Black Ducks. They've been dominant thus far. West Coast want to salvage something out of this quarter. Bailey Williams on hands and knees, searching for the handball. Jones, brilliant roving. The tackle's high. The advantage will not be paid. He's been good today, I think.
He's been good.
Jermaine Jones.
His work rate's been really, really good.
First 4 games in West Coast colours. Obviously back this week, omitted from the senior team that played against the Pies. Kicked 3 against the Bulldogs, but hadn't troubled the scorers in the other week. So trying to find a bit of form down here, and I think he's done that today. Ball out the back. Stevens can't handle it cleanly. Taps to himself, eventually gathers. And the kick is precise to Clark.
18 disposals, 7 tackles, Jermaine Jones. That's the very positive sign on the stat sheet.
Riley, Fisher, link up. Cipro draws Clark. Good run there from Swan Districts all round the park. Riggio picks it up at knee level. Has a bounce. It's all done through handballs. Noble over the top. Have a look at the run. Tony Knott. Can he steady? 45 angle.
Hit the post.
Hit the post. That was just a training drill as far as the Swans are concerned.
Dead set a coast down the far side of the ground. 10-16. The score 76-16 to 2-4-16. The margin is a clean 10 goals. Got a bit of work to do, the boys.
Johnson will bring it out. Missed last week with back spasms. Good to have him back into the lineup. Williams had a crack from 2 deep. Rebillard jumps on the footy. Spackman wearing him closely. Jones again. Winning the hard footy. Brayshaw round the corner. Busher, the target. Urseg right by his side. Swatting in is Stevens, but the boundary line wins out.
Interesting stat here. Jared Cameron, who is playing limited minutes, of course coming off a long time out with ongoing injury concerns, has only had the 1 tackle. Has not bothered the stat sheet yet.
Good to see him back out here despite the performance today.
Oh, that's exactly right. Oh, no, he actually hasn't been a bad player. He's provided a bit of vigour and he's worked hard. His work rate's been good.
Riggio, spot on pass into the pocket, and Palmer takes it out, searching for number 5.
It'd be really difficult, though, for your motivation levels. You're just hanging to get a handball or hanging to get a kick. But unfortunately, as you mentioned in that last quarter, when you're playing in the forward 50 and the ball hasn't come down much, it's very, very frustrating.
That's the one.
I can smell smoke.
Well, it could be the Swan District side of the scoreboard at the moment. Palmer puts it to the goal square, and Tony Knott takes it basically uncontested. It's all too easy here for Swan Districts in the 4th quarter.
Hasn't happened too often where Harry Edwards didn't even almost get his hands up. Came out of that contest way too easy as Jared Cameron comes off the ground. He's done that a couple of times. He started the quarter, 2 or 3 minutes, and then comes straight back off the ground. It's all part of his return process, no doubt about that.
For an 11-goal lead for the home side. Easy pickings there for Tony Knott. Swan District certainly putting the foot to the throat of the West Coast Eagles.
Yeah, very much so. 11-16-82. Here's the replay here. And there's the replay of the goal. The mark would have been an interesting one, of course, as we saw there, thanks to Hungry Jacks. Barty, should I say, Harry Edwards has been very good today down back. I've really liked his game. They've been under enormous pressure, the back unit. But he has copped a whack above the eye. I reckon he's had that stitched up and has it taped up as well, as you can see there. Tony Knott's been good too, the veteran. It's a good contest between those two. One man who's been around this competition for a long, long time. Here's the replay of the mark. Yeah, he almost got a push out from the other Swan Districts player there that allowed Knott to come through. But that's clever work by Swan Districts.
Even though Palmer's booted 4 majors today, I reckon he's set up about the same number for Swan Districts. Been comfortably one of their best this afternoon.
Are they doing videos up
Anderson taken to ground by Jones. Stevens has time to fumble it and still dish out the handball. Doesn't quite sit, but Galt makes it work. Fisher streaming through. Short pass again, Riggio. That's got to be mark number 15, I would think. Looking for Anderson with the handball. Bit untidy. Mopping up is Clark. Just dabs a kick forward. True gathers. Brayshaw. Ainsworth has Foley as the release on halfback.
Zane True is very, very sore, limping behind play, but I don't reckon he'd be all that happy with his commitment to that contest in the middle of the ground. He was chasing backside there for a brief moment, but he's trying to push through. He is very, very sore, limping behind play up through the middle of the ground.
Good kick from Johnson has Luke Edwards out the back.
No effect from that knee-on-knee contest just before three-quarter time.
Williams sets himself. Gold provides a good contest. Deegan, good hands. Jamison just hoiks it high. Into the pocket, good leap from Nitschke. Howard gives it up. Rebillard back to Nitschke. Good reward from effort there from West Coast.
Has he kicked goals in every game this year? He kicked 2 in the first. I reckon he might have kicked... Did he kick goals last week?
There weren't many goals last week,
But
so...
did he kick a goal last week?
I don't know. You wait, mate. We've got some time. You can look it up.
I'll go to the machine.
Benichki, a couple of years in the Claremont Reserves, the 22-year-old.
Played at Wembley B-grade premiership last year. His dad, of course, Craig Nitschke, long-time sports editor of the West Australian. Good fella. Really good fella. I'm a big fan of Craig. Anyway, let's go back to last week's game. I'm just having a look.
Well, it's just his 3rd game of league footy.
Yeah, it's been good.
He has been good today. Oh, sorry. In the, I liked his work against Perth in round 1, the game that we saw.
They said there was 3,000 up at Yanchep last week. Where were they hiding? Here we go. What's his name? Nitschke Cooper. Goops. Yep, he kicked the goal last week. Langdon, True, Feeney, Nitschke, Rebillard and Hansen. So there you go. He's kicked goals in all 3 games of his waffle career.
An impressive stat to carry over when you've got 3 for the afternoon.
Oh, I thought I was right the first time. I should have backed myself in then.
Ball back in the guts. Williams.
It's all about your preparation.
V. Gold. Gold stands his ground, takes it himself. Fisher draws the wingman nicely. Kick to half forward. Foley, Edwards, good contest, hanging on. Who's it going to West Coast?
I like this boy. I like this boy a lot, Foley. And I have a sneaking suspicion if there's a spot up for grabs in Geelong, he might find it. But
Edwards.
Oh, good bump.
Great defensive work there from Reedy. Brayshaw unable to get boot to ball, and the footy goes out of play.
Yep, and Hutchings comes on. Hammer Brayshaw's tried to come off 2 or 3 times and been sent back every time so far. He's just been sent out again. You're the captain. Stay out there, fella.
For those West Coast fans following along, Mark Hutchings in his return game, 18 disposals thus far. I have a feeling we'll be talking to him post-match. Oh, great work. Goal, Fisher, Cipro, Bayok. Moves past Flint. Edwards reading the handball best. Got in the road. Foley, that is a brilliant kick, finding Brayshaw out the corner of his eye.
He was thinking about blazing away and pushing it deep. There was not much on. Swans have got numbers back, so it was good footy. And this is good follow-up from Foley. He's really starting to find his way at this level, and he can go at a higher level. There's no doubt about that. He's been very good today.
Was in the best against the Demons in round 1, Luke Foley. His move to defence, a bit of a masterstroke, I think, from the West Coast coaching crew. Williams flies high. Umpire sees a kick. It's going the way of Swan Districts.
Yeah, too early. There was 3 West Coast flyers. They didn't work that out. Jamison, Busher and Bailey Williams all flew for the same contest.
Goal ignores the lead of Watson. Goes longer down the line. Knott's got a couple to beat. One, Edwards. Brings it to the front.
Oh,
Tom Edwards. Good pressure there from Harry, and you can hear the coaching staff praising him on that occasion. Hopefully the balls hit the speaker and I don't have to hear Enya sail away as I leave the ground today, Gus.
We're going to go host a function tonight. The mayoral dinner, the City of Swan, just around the corner at the Midland Town Hall.
Only the best gigs from you.
Oh, it's a good gig. All the mayors and all the heavyweights. The Governor General's going to be there.
I'll be going down to the White Sands and doing the chook raffle for the night. So chalk and cheese.
Sold a house this morning in Belcatta.
You're on. When you're on, you're on. Foley plays on. Goes long down the line. Again, look at the tall timber there for West Coast. It's all Swans. Great mark floating across. Jones.
Gun shy about flying on that occasion. Same situation. Same kick from Foley.
Sees Bayok loose in the middle. Oh, he's tried to go around True. Anderson there in support. Cipro handles it well below the knees. All the Swans midfield has been so clean today.
Yeah.
Beck on the outer side's got a paddock to himself. Draws Riley. Cipro wants it on the inside. Ignored. Goes long to the pocket. Tom Edwards stands under it. Marlon doesn't go the fist. And again, the quality mitts from Tom Edwards winning out.
Yep, he got a punch. He was out of position. He was almost backpedaling at it there, Marlon. And Edwards is hard to get the ball off at the best of times, but there needed to be a hand in there.
He's got a couple on the afternoon. Does Thomas Edwards?
Needs to kick this.
And I would think this is the easiest one of the lot. Did his best to miss, but that's number 3.
So now we've still got a good 20 minutes of play to go, and not that I really think the West Coast coaching staff will be sitting there going, let's worry about the margin, but I think as a playing group, you'd be looking up at the board now going, boys, this has got triple figures if we're not careful. Foley's last quarter's been outstanding.
Second leading disposal winner on the day for West Coast with 24. Sorry, that's 26 for Luke Foley.
Yep.
On Swan District side, it's still Matt Riggio, 29. Fisher, 26. Anderson, 25, along with Cipro. All the midfielders doing their best work this afternoon for the Black Ducks. Jamison's going to take the reins against Noble here in the middle.
I'll be on Jamison to get above him and get the ruck knock.
All 200 centimetres on display there. The hit out is well sharked on that occasion by Anderson. The umpire's copped a free kick. It's got to be high tackle. And Frank Anderson will take it. Goes to right half forward. Front position. Sinclair. Feeney. Mops up. Gives to Ainsworth. Short pass. Jones. Got numbers flying forward. Sees Deegan in the middle of the ground, and he takes off
done.
in front of Jones.
All right.
The kick spins Rebillard around. Good contest here against Stevens. Ball to ground. Spackman there in support. High ball. Sets Stevens up for a tackle. Rebillard does well to just lock it up. Ball up left half forward.
28 disposals for Brayshaw, 9 marks. Foley 26 and 4. Ainsworth 20. Jermaine Jones 20, and the 8 tackles, which is a good sign there. 42 tackles West Coast and 37 to Swan Districts.
Good leap there from Jamison. Jones did well to somehow fashion a handball out. Kick to inside 50. If it sits for Busher, is a chance. The big fella bends down, picks it up, shrugs one tackle, little give. Brayshaw back to Flint. How's the dummy? Didn't mind it and slots through easily. West Coast goal of the day.
Yeah, good stuff. Really good stuff. It was a good outlet pass. It was a good contest by Busher. Well done by Brayshaw. Good vision to scoop it back, and well done to Flint. Sold the candy, paid full price, and that's a nice goal.
It started back at the ball up left half forward with how high Jamison got in that contest.
Yeah.
I know he's taking on Noble, and then Jones just was dead to rights with the ball, strapped to him. Could have even been holding the ball. The strength to be able to just get one arm out, fashion the handball out, created something out of nothing.
He did. He did indeed. I really like the work of the big fella, young Jamison. 8 disposals, 13 hit-outs, a couple of marks. Bailey Williams has only had the 1 disposal, but he has had 24 hit-outs. Jared Cameron still only has had the 1 tackle.
I would have to think this is Jamo's first go on the ruck. I didn't see the West Perth game, Goss. Poor preparation by myself. But with no Vardy going up to the seniors, I would have to think this is his first crack in the middle, and I like the look of it.
Okay, so West Coast they've been given a warning here. They've got one at the wrong end of the ground, so the 6-6-6 rule.
It was Feeney on the outer side, I believe, going into the forward line. Wants to get a part of these late goal flurry.
He's going into the back line. He's going the other end. They had one too many.
Agree to disagree, I'm afraid. Hutchings, handball, 1-2 with Foley. With Edwards, rather, short kick Johnson. No, you weren't watching the wing, Goss. What are you pointing at me?
He was moving them down, one. He was at the wrong end. He was in the forward line, and there's 50 metres. So all of a sudden... So what are you saying?
Oh, mate, move on.
No, don't move on. No, because you tried to correct me.
I am correcting
West Coast had 1 less in their back 6. So they all had to shuffle down 1. I'm sure.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. He was standing on his own. They had 1 too many at that end of the ground. They're going that way.
Bit of a seniors moment, I reckon. We'll chalk it down to Johnson.
Have you ever admitted fault?
He's going to line up for his first of the year, I believe. Going to take a good effort here. 45 out. He was striking from.
Back-to-back goals for the first time today.
The kick is true. Good strike, West Coast. 2 in a row. Well called, Goss. On that occasion.
Still confused what you said. 5-4. So this is good. We made mention, the expert made mention a couple of moments ago. No problems there. Just an obvious
the 50 was for?
No, I was too busy trying to correct your mistake.
Oh, good commentary.
5-4, 34 to 12.
Are you here to notice those things? While I call play-by-play?
I was watching the 6x6 get reset, and then by the time I was looking at the monitor, it was gone. Mate, we can't be in all places at once. And mind you, I would like to be...
I'd like to be in the can bar.
Yeah, well... Let me go around the grounds for you. How about we do that?
Might see Lewis Jetta there.
East Perth have made a mini comeback at the end, but they lost by 25 points. East Fremantle 13-10-88 to East Perth 9-9. Claremont and Perth. Claremont 16-14-110 beat Perth 12-6-78. South Fremantle and Peel at Pingelly. Game's over. 18-point win to South Fremantle. And the other game is up at Joondalup, and it is only early stages, last quarter, Subiaco by 16 points over West Perth.
So West Coast with the last 2 goals straight, but it's still Swan Districts with a very comfortable 54-point lead in the final term. Reedy.
So we mentioned about worrying about the blowout and the triple figures if this game was going to absolutely get away from them. Hats off to them, West Coast. They've actually, to be honest, Swans have kicked 12 goals. It could have had a lot more. 12-16, but they haven't absolutely smashed them to smithereens, albeit they've been in control on the scoreboard all day.
Edwards takes the half volley. Reedy tries to fend off the tackle. Sinclair just wrapped him up. with a fingernail on the end, and Cameron with a tackle I see there, Goss, on Cipro.
Yeah, hard for Swans probably to stay motivated because they know they're going to win the game. But at the same time, really like the commitment of these young West Coast Eagles. Really good last quarter.
True, with one arm. Can't get the clearance. Fisher's not going anywhere. Hutchings wraps him up. Ball up, forward 50 for Swan Districts. Jamison, couple of taps, blind handball. Beck waiting there for Swans.
Can't do that.
Kicks to the top of the goal square. Edwards coming over the top.
McGovern.
Skittles them like 10 pins. Foley. Quality handball. Edwards, of the Luke variety. Goes down the line. Good front position there from Jones. Brings the ball to ground. Wait, obliges. Gee, that's strong hands from Riggio. How many marks is that for Riggio, Goss?
Yeah, I'll go to the stat sheet for you, Thump. No worries about that.
And the ball, great spoil there. Noble looked like he was going to gobble that one up. True. Oh, Busher with the one hand did well to keep it in front of him, and the handball was a bit careless.
13 marks to Riggio.
Plenty for a midfielder.
11 to Palmer. And 9 to Hamish Brayshaw.
13 grabs. Unbelievable. Gould moves Jamison off it. Anderson, clean pick-up. Handball, Clark's got a bit of space. On the left boot. Good lead there from Palmer. Hooks it a bit too far. That free kick, is that going to go against Marlon and the way of Reedy? It is indeed.
Yeah, he was out of position. The ball was clearing his head. Reedy was trying to get separation, and I think there was a hole. We might be able to see the replay here. Here it is here, thanks to Hungry Jacks. And you know what? There was no separation and there was no free kick. I don't think it was a free kick at all, and I think Reedy was surprised. Reedy might have even grabbed the jumper of Marlon. So, to be honest, it's a very lucky free kick to Swan Districts. There looked nothing in that unless there was something a little earlier, but a surprise shot on goal.
To join the goal kickers list of the afternoon, he's got it.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I just want to see that again if we can. So this was the ball in the air. Reedy was in the best position. I'm just trying to have a look here. That's not a free kick.
Just not eyes for the ball, I guess, is what the umpire's saying.
But to be honest, he took the mark anyway. But the umpire had paid a free kick. Yeah, but you don't have to have eyes on the ball. As long as you don't interfere, you can do whatever you like.
Will Reedy elevated to the ones after his performance last week. 14 disposals, 6 grabs against Perth.
He played a couple of games earlier in the year, didn't he? Did he play the first game? I can't remember now. Will Reedy, he's a good player. He's
out of Aquinas College, I believe.
Yes. Speaking of Aquinas College, I must send a cheerio to young Bailey McGlynn, who's playing. He's making his league debut for Lake Grace today, playing with a former West Coast Eagle in Mitch Morton.
Did you say there's a camera crew out there, Goss?
SBS are doing a story. I'm not exactly sure what it's on, but it might be on Mitch Morton's comeback in his battle with the mental demons, of course. He played in the premiership with the Sydney Swans, played at the West Coast Eagles and Richmond. Good fella, Mitch. He's back playing for the first time in 5 years.
Urseg drops the mark, or a Billiard. He's run down brilliant there from Wade. Had no idea he was behind him, but is he going to play in the back?
Yep.
Didn't roll him in the tackle. Yep. Very fortuitous there for the Coasties.
Very, very, very fortuitous as we approach time on. And the dumping tackle, the sling tackle signal from the umpire.
Well, and Liam Rebillard will take every bit of it. Was dead to rights there.
Yeah, he should have given it. But anyway, he's going to get a chance to redeem himself. So, good last quarter for West Coast on the scoreboard. Really good. Good way to finish. That would be pleasing for the coaching staff, albeit Swans have been in control all day.
Rebillard, 40 metres out. He's pushing it right, and it stays there.
The Bronx cheer for Liam Rebillard.
Part of the inaugural leadership group in the West Coast Eagles waffle team. 14 games back in 2019. Was a constant selection in that side that, of course, made the finals.
29 disposals for Hamish Brayshaw. Luke Edwards, I've liked his game. There's a lot to like about the young fella. He did get a knock on the knee just before three-quarter time, but he's finished the game off. Foley's outstanding, 27. Ainsworth, 24. Mark Hutchings will appreciate some time out in the middle, 21. Jermaine Jones, 21 and 7 tackles in the goal zone through 16.
Sorry, guys, the pick kick from Bright had a little bit too much on it for Stevens. And in pops Jermaine Jones to snag one.
We're right behind this kick. Jermaine Jones, he was the medical sub, didn't get a run last night, but was full of beans. I liked watching him last night. Just seeing the dynamics of him being involved around the group. He's very chirpy and he keeps everyone up as Mark Hutchings comes off for a well-deserved break. He's had a pretty good return to footy, Mark Hutchings.
Jones will strike it from just inside 50. Too much hook on that one, as we see.
35 to 13-16, 94.
Loose man, Riggio, marked, what, 14, 15? Tries to play on, drops the footy, but umpire keeps him there. Urseg. On the outer side, Watson.
So in this last quarter, West Coast have kicked 3 goals, 2, and Swan Districts have kicked 3 goals, 1, and that'll be pleasing. I know it's simple, and it's a very simple way of looking at things, but I reckon that would have been the message from the coaching staff. Win the quarter. Come off the ground, that you finish the game strong against the better team on the day, but you win the quarter. And whether it's 1 point, 2 points, whatever it may be, win the quarter. That would be the message, and that would be very pleasing if that's the case. Still got time, Swans, mind you, still plenty of time left on the clock.
Umpire's going to play holding the ball there against Swan Districts. Good tackle from Joey Deegan. Anderson just trying to do a bit too much with it. Flint with some run on the outer wing. Pumps it long, but it's all Urseg and all Swan Districts.
Bad kick. Wrong side of the big fella. He's worked hard, Busher. Hasn't got true reward for his work rate inside the forward 50, but he's worked incredibly hard.
23 minutes gone in the final term. I wouldn't think a ton of time on needed for this term. The long kick. 2v1. West Coast favour. Deegan is there with McGee. But for Swan Districts, it's all Noble putting the hard yards in. In comes Edwards to help things out. Fisher, good tackle. Williams follows up.
Well done, Williams, because he gave one handball too many. Went up and picked up his, fixed up his mess. Well done.
Good release. Loose ball inside 50. Nishki can't handle it. Riley does well at ground level. The Swans just hack it out of there. And how's Clark? Almost a set play. Great release. Noble.
Bayok is out. Bayok is out down the back.
If they can get it to him.
Foley's got to get on his bike and get on him.
Palmer realises it, but he's a couple of kicks away. This is the link-up they need. Clark with a bit of dash. Chip inside. Galt. Long ball. Reedy in a good position. Almost comes down with it. Brayshaw mops up and Ainsworth on the right boot. Can you tell he's a left footer with that kick?
Yeah.
Rebelliard's going to be first to it. Cipro lining him up. Ainsworth. Oh, Reedy's just pinched it. Rajon Rondo-like. Good tackle there from Ainsworth. Make sure that the error didn't cost his team a lot.
13-16, 94 to 5-6, 36. Five tackles to Mark Hutchings, 5 to Braden Ainsworth, 7 to Jermaine Jones. Good stats.
Galt wins the hit out. Jones sharks it though. The kick.
Got to go.
Reasonably corridor for West Coast. Jones, a little tap over the shoulder.
Oh, nice.
Oh, excellent work there from Feeney. Creates a contest, but waits first to it. Good delivery to Jones. Swans ball use today. I've enjoyed watching it. Watson.
Bailey Williams
the
checks
outer
off.
side.
Jared Cameron comes onto the ground.
Riggio, mark number, oh, it's got to be 15 now. Bayok, just outside 50.
Yep, 15 to Riggio, 12 to Palmer, 11 to Urseg, the marks.
Ignores the not lead, but Noble lining up. Next in line, and he takes an easy chest mark. 45 out, slight angle.
Hasn't hit the scoreboard today, Braden Noble. This is his 12th possession. So if he kicks a goal here, Swans will have outscored West Coast in the last quarter. A point will level things up in this last quarter.
From just inside 50. Noble starts right, coming back on the line. Fist
score.
Ball's in play. Oh. Flint can't handle it. Reedy can't get his kick away.
Well done, boys. Nice.
In the end, West Coast were able to get out of trouble. Brayshaw with a couple to beat. Noble's fist as the ball trickling over the boundary line.
Small wins for a very inexperienced team against a much better, bigger, stronger, well-drilled lineup, Swan Districts. Didn't allow that score to go through. So again, positive stuff for West Coast.
Throw in, extremely short. Jamison going to give Cameron his first disposal of the afternoon, Goss.
Yeah,
Torpedo.
That's okay.
Right half forward. Good spoil there from Jones, takes it away from Busher.
One thing Jared Cameron has done, he hasn't stood around and watched, and albeit he hasn't got his hands on the ball that much, he's certainly putting the miles in, and they'll be keeping an eye on that, I am sure, up in the coach's box. Work rate, and he's coming off a long time out.
Throw in, right half forward for West Coast. Jamison front position. Cipro and Noble. Bit of a team tackle there on Ainsworth.
Subiaco by 3 points over West Perth. That's the only other game that hasn't been completed. Claremont beat Perth. East Fremantle beat East Perth. And South Fremantle beat Peel in Pingelly.
Jones, quality tackle on Riggio.
Another tackle. He's almost up to double-figure tackles, Jermaine Jones.
Give me a 3-2-1 for each side when you get a moment, Goss. I'll give you some time to look over it.
Sure.
While we're in our dying minutes here.
Sure.
Ball up. Noble just being held onto on that occasion by Jamison. He'll get the kick. Spackman wants a cheap one. Short pass is on. Cipro. Good spoil there from Jones. When the game's dead and buried, to find energy like that, you got to admire it. Are you giving him some votes?
Who?
Jermaine Jones.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I've done my votes. You want to know?
No, I'll give you mine.
Mate, I don't have a long review, mate. I've got to be somewhere.
Go on then, go on.
Black tie after this. For us, that matters. 1 to Luke Edwards, 2 to Jermaine Jones, 3 to Luke Foley.
Here we go. Good handball there. Edwards, Ainsworth, stopped in his tracks. Just kicks the kick forward. Front position is Howard. Here's a chance. Brayshaw, great smother from Howard. A couple of efforts keeping West Coast out of goal. Umpire's going to ping it, so it's holding the ball. Who's at the bottom of the pack? It's a Swan Districts player, and it's going to go the way of Brayshaw.
Yeah, he couldn't pick that ball up quick enough, Hammer. He couldn't pick it up quick enough. All righty. This will get a mention on the Coast to Coast podcast.
So, sorry, the 3-2-1 just once more?
3 Foley, 2 to Jermaine Jones, and a half a mark each to both Edwards. Harry Edwards.
What about this bloke?
No. He's tried hard. He's toiled hard. Disposals have been a bit off.
30 disposals.
Okay, if he gets this goal, he gets a vote.
That is rich.
He gets a vote. No, he's not playing. He plays for Brisbane. All righty. If he kicks this goal, he gets a vote.
Comes in straight as a die.
He gets a vote.
Tim Gossage, get the rubber out.
Yeah, he gets a vote.
All right, give me a 3-2-1 for Swan Districts now.
Okay, so 3 Foley, 2 Jones, and 0.33% of a vote to Edwards and Brayshaw.
Yeah.
3 to Riggio, 2 to Bayok, 1 to Palmer for Swan Districts.
Very good.
Happy with that? Clearly not.
Give me a look at him.
I've rated me there.
3 to Riggio, 2 to Bayok,
1 to Palmer.
Yep. It's not bad. Anderson 29, weight 28.
Don't worry about stats,
no,
mate.
I'm just reading.
Stats, schmats.
What, are we not going to give Palmer any more than that?
Gave him 1 vote.
1 vote.
4 goals, mate.
I reckon he's set up about 5.
Yeah, okay. They've only kicked 13.
I've liked
they haven't kicked 25.
Well, it shows how pivotal he is. He's kicked 4 and set 4 up.
Yeah, I know, but the game's been over.
Without it, we've won the game.
The game's been over since halfway through the first quarter. West Perth have taken the lead against Subiaco going to time on.
I think, to your credit, this is a hard game to give votes for the Swans. They've had a lot of players step up.
They have.
This afternoon. Jamison wins out. Ainsworth has battled on valiantly today.
Yeah, he has. He's actually got better as the game's gone on.
We'll give you on split it 4 ways now.
Yeah,
here we go, a chance. Jermaine Jones, can he cap off a good afternoon? Low darting ball. Quality goal there from Jermaine Jones.
Really good finish. And I know the queue's may have gone back in the rack for Swan Districts, but well done, Jermaine Jones. He kicked his 2nd goal. Just simply win the last quarter. They've won it quite easily in the end. And that is a real positive. A lot to like. They've been up against it on the scoreboard literally since the start of the game. And in the end, Swans have won, and they've been very good, so let's not be disrespectful of them. And you said at the 25-minute mark this wasn't going to be a long quarter. Well, it's now 33 minutes. 13-16 to 7-6.
Yeah, it's just raining goals now all of a sudden.
Yeah, the margin's back to 46 points. They'll take that every day of the week, I reckon. It was looking like triple figures at one stage.
Ball back in the guts.
Good finish, really good finish.
Jamison and Noble do battle. Well done from the youngster. Bit of solo clearance. Nishki front position. Bright from behind. Deegan's handball intercepted. And Stevens clearing kick. Jamison almost brings it in. Good defence there from Swan Districts, bringing it to ground. Luke Edwards to Ainsworth. That's a better right foot pass. Rebillard. Oh, gives it to the skipper. Steps inside. Here's a chance for number 2. It's drifting across. No good.
He's just given us fodder for Coast to Coast, the podcast.
We just got a side glance from the coach's box. Bit of calm down in there, you lot.
All right, well. Oh, well, they've got some smiles on their face because there's a bit to like about the way they've finished off. This is an incredibly young team against a very experienced
So Mark Hutchings, what's his age? 28, 29?
38. Been around a long time, Hutchie.
So, and then who's your next eldest player, you know? Is it Hamish Brayshaw? Surely not.
You can't be, can it?
Long ball down the line. Plenty flying this contest. Of course, Harry Edwards is one of them.
Jermaine Jones might be the next one.
Yeah, they are lacking a bit of seniority in this team with West Coast injury list. It was looking very clean about 2-3 weeks ago. Now, all of a sudden, depth is being tested. They withstood it on Friday night, but it's just trickling down to waffle level and still just trying to find their feet. Still searching for that elusive first win in 2021. Swan Districts will leave today 2-1.
Oh, umpire put the whistle to the mouth on the Jermaine Jones tackle then. They could blow the siren, pull us all out of misery. We'll get to the Midland Town Hall. Yeah. I've got to be there by 5:30. You reckon I'll get there?
Not a lot of traffic. Jamison reaches over the top, looking for Edwards. Good tackle there from Watson. Ainsworth.
Oh, nice.
Great fake around Stevens. Bought every bit at the candy shop.
Catch that.
Into forward pocket. Beck. A little bit fumbly. Nishki hot onto him. The little kick. Sets up Sinclair. Oh, goodness, he's gone. He's faked the last defender on the line very unnecessarily. But in the end, a flurry of West Coast goals in this fourth quarter, giving a bit of respectability to the scorecard.
Absolutely raining goals as we get the replay there. He's pretty happy with his day's work and a bit of smiles around. It's a really, really strong finish, hasn't it been, by our West Coast boys? Of course, at three-quarter time...
No, don't look at mine. I've got nothing there for
I think we kicked 3 goals. So 5 goals in the last quarter. They have clearly outscored Swan Districts. Swans, good. I think Swans are going to be a genuine contender this year. They were very strong. Of course, that game was well and truly over before this surge from the West Coast Eagles. But at the end of the day, 8 goals at one stage. It's looking like we weren't going to get on the board at all. You were talking donuts.
Give me your power rankings for the waffle then. So who's the top seed? Where do Swans fit in?
I think Claremont's the best team. I think West Perth, South Fremantle and Swans are the other contenders.
It's rounding out the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Jamison, good hit out. Jones taken without it by Bayok.
Claremont are good. They're very slick. They're very quick. They're very slight. They're very slick.
Ainsworth drifts forward, takes the mark. Can West Coast snag another goal in the fourth quarter? Long ball. Jones leading out for Swan Districts, sending it over the line.
So 2 goals to Jones, singles to Ainsworth, Brayshaw, Flint, Johnson, Nitschke and Harry Sinclair. Total disposals, Brayshaw 32, Ainsworth 30, Foley 28, Edwards 26 and Jermaine Jones 25. And can someone wake up the timekeeper and blow the siren, please?
Erseg just hacks it out of there toward the boundary line. Good spoil from Johnson. Jamison gets it inside 50. Good tackle again from Jones. And again, Cameron wraps up Bayo.
Good finish, really good finish from Jared Cameron. He hadn't bothered the stats getter coming up, the stat keeper up till this time, but he's finished the game really strong.
Not going to be a long quarter though, remember, Goss?
You did say that, and it's now, we're coming up to the longest quarter in waffle football history. Thump, after you said at the 25-minute mark, oh, there won't be much going on here.
Speaking of Thump, Jared Cameron's going to have to give this
Jermaine Jones
fair hoik.
Limping
on
off
the siren from outside 50, gives it a fair dip, but it's going to fall about a metre short on the line.
Been rushed through, actually. It's going to count as a point. It's interesting, no? Field umpire didn't blow the whistle. No, didn't call it. OK. 8-7-55 to 13-16-94. Jermaine Jones kicked a couple of goals. Finished in the hands of the trainers. Just sore and sorry for himself, but was outstanding. Big win in the last quarter. Well played to Swan Districts. Palmer kicked 4 to be the leading goal kicker for the Black Ducks. A lot to like about Swan Districts and a great finish for the West Coast Eagles waffle. On behalf of Steve Bandy and the hard-working team behind the scenes, thanks for your company today. On behalf of Hungry Jacks, the West Coast Eagles, 8-7-55, have been defeated by 39 points, should I say, by Swan Districts 13-16-94. Thanks for your company. There it is there. 2 goals to Jermaine Jones and 4 goals to Jesse Palmer. Thanks for your company. On behalf of Hungry Jacks, this has been the Waffle live stream.